What's up, sports bettors? Happy Friday. Okay, sportsbooks have started to release player prop odds. You can see there's some line discrepancies out in the market. The Raptors are -5 on WinBet. You can see if we kind of zoom in here on the OddsJam screen. The Raptors are -5 on WinBet. Every other sportsbook has them -5.5. So maybe a little bit of value on the -5. But what we're going to be going through is like 7 sharp player prop bets and mainline bets that I ended up locking in, and hopefully you're able to tail some of them. Here we have a full point middle, right? Betway is setting the point spread at 7.5 in the next game. MGM has the Pistons at +8.5. Knicks -7.5. Pistons +8.5. That's a point middle, right? If the Knicks win by 8, you would win both, the Knicks -7.5 and the Pistons +8.5. So we're always using data to try to tease out where there's value in the market. So let's go ahead. Let's dive into it. It's a lot of bets. This video is going to be a lot of bets, and I'm excited about it. I like videos where I just have a lot of bets. So the first play I have is a player prop. It's the top profit margin bet on OddsJam, 7.75%. Knicks Pistons. Julius Randle, over 2.5 made threes. So all OddsJam does, all this positive EV tool does, is it's pretty simple, is it literally just goes to these player prop markets. So let's say player points. I mean, literally any market. OddsJam has millions of odds, as you can kind of see here, updating in real time. So all the positive EV betting tool does for you is it takes all of these lines, all of these betting lines, and points out big discrepancies, right? Where is the value? So we can see in the Knicks Pistons game, Julius Randle over 2.5 made threes. We're getting +172 on FanDuel. No other bookie is giving us better than +140. That seems like pretty good value, right? Like that's a play we want to be on. As a sharp bettor, people always overcomplicate their sports betting, right? As a sharp sports bettor, as someone who wants to make money betting, you're just looking for value. You're not going to win every bet. You're not going to win every single day. We talk about this all the time, but, like you can sync your sports books to OddsJam, which I ended up doing for a few of the sports books I use in Arizona, including WinBet and Prize Picks. And you'll see there are ups and there are downs, right? There will be variance. Not every single bet is going to win as a sharp bettor, but when you're finding you'll still have losing streaks, even if you make money sports betting. So you're still going to have losing streaks, but it's all about finding plays with an edge, beating the closing line, and winning in the long run. If we have a 7.75% profit margin on this play, Julius Randle can still go under 2.5 made threes, and we'll lose. But the value in this play justifies the bet, right? We're getting +172. No other bookie is giving us better than +140. So this is just a ridiculous value play that we want to be on. We're beating the vig, beating the juice, and our bet has a positive profit margin. We're getting the return of the stock market. The return of the stock market's like 8% a year. We're getting that in one bet. So this is a play you want to be all over for Friday. So I ended up hitting it, and you'll notice it's a kind of random amount of money I bet on it. You can see it's $58.10. So you may be like, Alex, why did you bet 58.10? And what you'll notice is if you go to an NBA game, so if we just like go to player threes as an example, is these sportsbooks, they don't allow you to bet unlimited amounts of money. You can see on Jokic over half of a three, so Jokic to make a three, FanDuel saying, hey, you're too profitable, you make too much money off us, we're only going to let you bet $120. So that's kind of why, this is a super high profit margin. This is the return of the stock market that you're earning in one day. 7.75% profit margin on one bet that's going to be over in 24 hours. This is an extremely sharp, profitable play. So a lot of people ask me like, hey, if positive EV betting is profitable, why don't you just do it full time? Why do you just do it as a side hustle? Why did you start OddsJam? Why do you give this information away? And the reason is exactly this, right? You can't bet unlimited amounts of money on every single pick that you want to. So, sportsbooks can limit your wagers. So it's a very lucrative side hustle sports betting can be. It's not something you're going to make $5 million off FanDuel this year, right? It's just not going to happen. So the next play I ended up going with is also a player prop, same game. RJ Barrett over 3.5 assists. Why do we like this play? Again, don't overcomplicate your sports betting. People always overcomplicate life. It's like the way sportsbooks make money is very simple. They're car dealers, or card dealers, whatever you want to think about it. You buy the car, you buy that used car for $10,000, you sell it for $15,000. Car dealers make the spread, right? It's the exact same thing in sports betting. Sportsbooks charge the vig, they charge the juice. So they have some estimate of what should the over actually be priced at, what should the under actually be priced at, and then they add in their spread, So it's kind of like they're saying, hey, you can buy RJ Barrett over 3.5 at this price, you can sell it at this price, right? Buying and selling is just taking the over versus the under. So it's the exact same thing as that car dealer, example I just gave. And once again, this is clear value. We're beating the vig, we're beating the juice. Super high profit margin player prop, and you can see I locked it in. This is actually my second play. So we have RJ Barrett, 7,250 they gave me on this one, so a slightly higher betting limit. It's kind of random sometimes, seemingly, how much they let you bet. But FanDuel's like, you crush us on these player props, so we're only giving you 7,250 on this play, and I'm just, okay, I take it. It's part of the game. Sportsbooks can cut your betting limits. So I locked it in, 7,250, 6% profit margin. So our bet has like $4 in profit margin, 7,250, 6% profit margin, and just super clear value, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other data points all telling us, this line should be plus 106 to plus 112. We're getting it plus 138. That's a no-brainer. You got to hit it. You got to be on this play, It's just follow the markets, right? The way that you make money sports betting isn't finger to the wind. I'm just going to bet on sports and, watch highlight reels of RJ Barrett and determine what he's going to do in the next Pistons game tomorrow. No, that's BS, right? You think about a hedge fund. How do they make money? They're looking at data, right? They're looking at data. They're looking to beat the market, right? In the same way we talk about beating the closing line, having positive CLV, and that ultimately leading to positive net profit. It's kind of the same thing in the financial industry. It's all about following value, right? Maybe sometimes value is in NFL betting markets, right? So you want to focus on the NFL. If there's a lot of games, a lot of line movements, a lot of discrepancies between sports books, you can squeak out profit margins or edges, as they're called, in the NFL. Whereas maybe sometimes it's in the NHL. Maybe sometimes the NHL is where all the money is. So then it's like, okay, we should be on, looking at the NHL, finding discrepancies there. So you always want to follow the value. So it's not like I'm betting on the Knicks game because I'm thrilled and it's the only game I want to bet on tomorrow. I'm following these two player props and we're going through them first because they're the highest profit margin bets on OddsJam. You can sort OddsJam by profit margin. So I'm just showing you the highest for the NBA. You can filter by league as well. These are the two most profitable bets, and they're both insanely good, just looking at it. So these sports books release early player prop odds, and it's not like there's a ton of profitable bets out there, but I mean, out of the, if we go to this is just the Nuggets Celtics game. It's like the amount of crap you can bet is limitless, This is literally just player assists. There's probably 100 things you can bet on FanDuel just for one game for one market. Player assists. You want Jokic over 8.5 rebounds or assists? You can bet that. You want him 2+ rebounds, 4+ rebounds? You can bet that at minus 6,000. So all OddsJam does, right, is it just takes all this data, consolidates it, and points out those few rare betting opportunities where sportsbooks are slipping up that you're getting insane value, enough to beat the vig, beat the juice. It's kind of like trying to find that one car dealer who he's letting you buy a car for $14,000 that other car dealers think is worth $15,000. So if you can buy the car from that car dealer at $14,000 and other people would buy it for $15,000, you're getting a good bet, right? You're finding insane value. And you have a bunch of data points knowing where other car dealers are going to buy that. This is a terrible example, but you get the point. You want to find value in the more sports books that are in line with each other, where you're getting a ton of value to, the more clear it becomes you found an outlier. You found a play with value, a positive EV wager with a positive profit margin. So this is a play you got to be all over, right? This is a play you got to be all over, right? Continue going through. Horford under 1.5 made threes. I bet that as well. I think I also got a very random betting limit on that, 90-90. Okay, we'll take it. Then let's get more interesting. We have the Magic +8. I hit it, 1.1K, right there. Magic +8. Why do we like it? Again, it's like the same thing, I don't overcomplicate my sports betting. Math just works. When you find value, you beat the vig, you beat the juice, you make money, right? You have the sharpest bookmaker in the world, Pinnacle, pricing this at -127 with only 14 cents in market width. We're getting this -110. No brainer. 2% profit margin, but lower market width here. So we're locking it in. And that's my next play. Then we have Fox over 4.5 rebounds. Lock that in, which you can see right here for, I also think, a kind of random amount, 39.70. That's all they gave me on Fox over 4.5 rebounds. I'm not sure. Clear value. No other bookmaker even giving us above +108. This bet looks positive EV to every other sports book. So OddsJam kind of pointing out to you these few early line discrepancies that you can take advantage of. In this play, we were obviously able to bet the biggest. It's not that this play is the most profitable. It's just win bet. Let me bet the most. So I put 1.1K. Profit margin's roughly 2%, $23, $22 in EV in profit margin on my play, which we'll go through here in a second. And then the final play, which is pretty interesting, is you can get the Magic +8, -110, is you can get the Suns -7.5, +110, which is plus EV. So you could middle this, right? You can middle this. And if you're not familiar with middle betting, you can look into it. Magic +8, -110. Suns -7.5, +110. Think about why that's so profitable if you're able to get that down, because it's a valuable exercise. So those are the, picks I went with on FanDuel. And then the point spread bet on the Magic. I also randomly hit this Oklahoma-West Virginia bet, as you can see right here. So I'm going to track my profit and loss on that. College football. I know it's an NBA video. Sorry. Clear value. This isn't sport specific. Find value, beat the vig, and you make money. It's really that simple. And you'll notice that kind of in the bets I place. Here we have a college basketball play. 1. Here we have a tennis play. 1. Here we have a hockey play. 1. Here we have another hockey play. 1. Find value, beat the vig, beat the juice. You make money betting on sports long term. It's really that simple. WinBet black tier reward credits. I'm pretty sure I'm literally a maximum customer at this sports book just based on how much I take from them. Crazy. But anyways, what I ended up doing as well, final thing, is I ended up taking this Suns -7.5 and I parlayed it with this NFL prop, a positive EV NFL prop, Jacoby Brissett, under 20.5 passing completions on Betway. Same math applies. All the bookies pricing this -130, 29 to -170. So Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker in the world, they're super bullish on the under 20.5 passing completions for Jacoby Brissett. So I ended up parlaying these two together. $250 at +300 odds. Jacoby Brissett, under 20.5 passing completions at -110. Suns -7.5 at +110. And again, the same concept of finding value. Now we've gone through a college football bet. No other sportsbook giving us better than -120. Every other sportsbook has the over favored. Here on WinBet, they're just casually having the under favored. Crazy. They're asleep at the wheel. I hit that, right? As you can kind of see right here. So Magic +8, Oklahoma, West Virginia, over 67. Those are two plays that we went with, as well as including this in our parlay. Brissett, under 20.5 passing completions, and Suns -7.5. And this parlay comes out to plus 300. So our bets, kind of all of these, not including the parlay, because the math behind a parlay is a little more complex. But like here, right, it's like we got Julius Randle. Our play had a 7.75% profit margin right here, which you can see. We locked it in for 58.10. 58.10. So our bet is worth 450. Take your stake, multiply it by your profit margin. That gets you your profit margin in dollars. 58.10 times 8%, roughly 450 in EV. So pretty profitable play, and you can do that for all the plays. Like this play was lower profit margin, the play on the Magic, plus 8. We got the minus 110, 2% profit margin. So even though the profit margin in percent is lower, we were able to bet more on it. And this bet is 22.33 in EV. So our total profit margin on these, 6 plays is $87. Obviously, the college football one was insanely profitable. So that's the most profitable, So a bunch of plays, and you'll notice, like, I ride with you guys. Any of the plays I give out, either on TikTok, on these YouTube videos, I'm completely riding with you on all of these plays. You'll see wins and losses. We go through the losing streaks, the winning streaks together. Sometimes that's fun. Sometimes it's not fun. We can see how we did today on Betway. 1 for 2, 1 for 2, 1 for 2. So it doesn't look like particularly good just at first glance on Betway. So winning streaks, losing streaks, I ride with you guys through it all. But, you'll notice since the start of football season, following a mathematical betting strategy, kind of as I showed in my bet tracker, there are ups, there are downs, but we have an edge, so we win in the long run. We're up close to, if we take a look, we're up 33K since September 12th, just on plays I've given out on full-length YouTube videos. Live streams, we're up 10K, so that makes roughly 43K total. So lots of NBA bets for tomorrow. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. You like the Magic plus 8? Do you not like the Magic plus 8? They got the rookie. Can he get it done? Can he stop the book? We'll see. But anyways, lots of good plays, lots of good early line movements, hunting the market, searching for value over and over and over. Let's make some freaking money.